Yes.
It's going.
Already? Hello. Welcome to this episode of Small Talk. I'm your host, Lila Hart. And this is what episode is it, Eric?
It is number 6.
6? Episode 6 of Small Talk. Well, we kind of had a little malfunction here because the letter L was missing. So we sent Mia, our art director, off to go figure this out. So it's Small Talk today. You guys, I'm in a really weird mood because I miss my mom. My mom she just arrived to the Philippines, but she was on a 16-hour flight to the Philippines, and I miss her so much. My mom is my best friend. I love you so much, Mom. My mom is my best friend. My mom is my best friend. I just feel super off, but that's okay. Because today I have that's Mike Menendez. He's coming inside. Hi, Mike.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Okay. Shut the door.
Alright, I'm going back out.
Oh, let him out.
Come on, hydration.
I'm going back out.
I like your orange shirt today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes, you know. It's okay. Mike's a very funny comedian. You guys have seen him previously in these episodes. He makes little guest appearances. All right, so today I'm super excited because I have one of my favorite female comic. Why am I talking so? Sorry, I'm flustered. I miss my mom, you guys. I FaceTime my mom like 6-7 times a day. Like, I'm obsessed with her. She's awesome. You can follow her on Instagram at @esperhart. She will comment back and like all of your stuff. If you write on my Instagram page, she will write thank you for me. Like, even if you're a weirdo and you tell me I look sexy, my mom will say thank you because she's just super supportive and she understands the Instagram algorithm. Like, she knows what's up with Instagram. Be like, Mom, why are you always commenting back to these people? She's like, you know, so that they feel good about themselves and that they'll want to keep commenting. I'm like, okay, I'll let her do her thing. So follow her on Instagram. She will love that. She don't have no photos, but she'll be liking all your stuff and she'll support you. That's what I'm saying. You guys, I'm just like super flustered. I miss her. It's been like 27 hours since I've spoken to her. Okay, I'm exaggerating. It's only been about 12. But it feels like a lifetime. I just miss her so damn much. I can't function. All right, but anyways, I'm super duper excited because we have one of my favorite female comedians on the scene right now, Chelse, Greaux, and I'm so excited. Come on up here. Yay!
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here
Are you
today.
kidding me? What's up, Mike? Call back. That's a call back, please.
So, you are on, you're a correspondent for Secret Black People Meeting. You
Yes.
do it, and what's your segment called?
It's called Grow Up. It's my last name. It's pronounced Grow, so I figured we just might as well use what we got. So.
I love that. It's so catchy. That's why I call my show Small Talk, because I'm really huge.
Okay.
You know? So I figured that would be the best name for it. So, I feel like you're one of the first female comedians that I met when I started doing comedy, like when I first moved out to Los Angeles, and we met at the Comedy Store.
We did. I remember when we met because I saw you and I was like, oh my gosh, like, who is that? I had seen you around a few times and first thing I thought was like, oh my goch, you are drop dead gorgeous. I was like, that was like immediate. I was like, she is stunning. And it's like, you know, yeah, because you're petite, but when you walk in, like, your presence just fills up a room. Like, you were just a light. So when I saw you, I was like, I have to get to know this girl. And then when I saw you were funny, I said, oh, I definitely get to know this girl for sure.
Well, you have the best laugh. You have the best laugh. So it's like, anytime I was at Mike's and I would hear you laugh, like at one of my jokes, I'm like, then I know it's really funny. Because you be letting people know if their shit's funny.
Oh, girl, yeah. I let them know with
fun.
silence.
So where are you from?
I'm from Manassas Park. It's in Northern Virginia. It's about 40 minutes outside of D.C.
And when did you move out here?
In 2012, August 1st, 2012.
Did you move out here for comedy?
No, actually, you know, I grew up acting and singing, and I moved down here to, you know, act. I thought I wanted to be in movies. I actually saw Halle Berry win the Oscar when I was 12 for Best Actress, and that inspired me to, like, really just go into acting and everything. And I moved down here, and I thought, I'm going to just go out here and act. And I moved out here, and I had a bunch of scary roommates and life got crazy and I had to talk about it. So what
was the first night that you did?
Pig and Whistle. I
Okay.
did, yeah, the Pig and Whistle in Hollywood. and they were having an open mic, and I went there, and I was like, I'm gonna try comedy. And people have been telling me, you're funny, you should try it. But I respect comedy. I always respected comedy. My father was a big Pryor Chappelle fan, and I remember I just I'm gonna go, and I went. There were 4 people in the basement of the big one. So I was like, well, if I bomb, no one's gonna see it. So I did it, and I loved it. It was like a drug, I just was like.
Do you remember one of the first jokes that you did? Do you still do some of the first comedy jokes that you did?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. One of the first jokes I did was my a bit where I say I've lost weight moving to LA on this diet called the struggle. So the joke started off just from an honest place because I did lose 30 pounds my first few months out here, which is crazy because I've been trying to lose weight in Virginia, but those Chipotle burritos were just too cheap and easy and accessible. So,
Okay, girl. I used to my first week of comedy, I wrote the dumbest joke, and I used to do it. I don't do it anymore, but I was basically talking about how I wish I had a dog so I could blame farts on the dog, and I would name the dog Poncho. It's so dumb, but I would do that joke, and then I would talk about that I weigh as much as a sack of potatoes. Because for some reason I thought that was funny.
Oh, girl.
But I don't do that stuff anymore.
I have something that I don't really do anymore. I have one where I talked about I had a roommate with a bunch who lied to me and told me that I saw a roach when I went to visit, and I asked if he had roaches, and he was like, he was from Kyrgyzstan, so he looked Asian, but he had a Russian accent. Okay. So he basically was like, no roaches here. No, the roach passed by you sometime. And I said, pass by? I said, is this apartment a roach teleport? I need to know. And he's like, no roaches. I moved in the
roach pass by sometimes.
Right. Well, sometimes they come through. And I said, come through? I don't want to live in a place that's a roach highway. So then, but you know what? I moved in because I was desperate and I needed a place to stay. So I moved in and I was like, all right, sir, why? The second day I was there, I opened the cabinets and it was the UN of roaches came out, girl. I saw roaches of every species, every color. I was like, this is the Animal Planet. I could do an Animal Planet roach episode right here in this kitchen. It had to be 70 roaches that just came out. It was disgusting. I saw an albino roach. Didn't know those existed. I was like, wow. It was just and so I talked about that and that was I literally just vented about that on stage.
Doesn't it feel so good to get all these horrible things that happen to us, especially living out here in LA?
Oh yeah.
I lived in California for 5 years, and I've lived with 17 different people in 7 different cities. I mean, all my roommates I found on Craigslist.
Yeah.
I've never moved in with somebody that I knew.
Yeah.
There's always someone I met on Craigslist, but this last place that I've lived at, I live with a man who's 6'11", and then my roommate is an actress, and it's pretty good. I mean, we have an occasional rat that passes through, but so I feel you on it. But you know what? Hey, it's a sacrifice. We out here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you an insect or a rodent you want to pass by, just as long as you ain't paying rent, so don't set up shop. Just you can pass by, but exit. Yeah, so.
So how long have you been doing comedy then?
So I started stand up 3 months after moving out here, so I'm in my 6th year doing it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Gosh, it goes by so quickly, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does.
Can you talk about some of the top inspiring experiences you've had as a stand up?
Yeah, well, actually, one of my inspiring stories is I was about 5-6 months into stand-up, and I was living in my car. I was homeless, and I remember I was really at a desperate place, and I was thinking about moving back to Virginia and giving up, and I never thought that I would do that. I moved out here, I said I'm not giving up no matter what, but I just was at such a desperate place that I was considering it, and I was, trying to figure out my next move, and I had a show at the Ha Ha in North Hollywood, and I remember I went there, and I was the last person to go up, and as soon as I got on stage, Damon Wayans walked in, right? And of course, I'm like, but I got up there, I stayed calm, and I did my set, and I had a great set. I left everything up there. I was so just free and natural, and he saw me, and then after the show was over, he came up to me, he tapped me on my leg, and he said, hey, you're really funny. He was like, you're really funny. He said, just keep doing it, because you definitely have something. And I was like, and that motivated me to stay in LA. I don't think I would still be in LA if he hadn't have said that to me, and I definitely felt like that was a blessing from God to be like, oh yeah, this is a sign, you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path for sure, And also too, I had an experience with Tiffany Haddish recently.
Yes, you told me about this. I wanted
Yes.
to talk about this on the show.
Yes. So the day after Trump got elected, I was at the Improv, and Tiffany Haddish was at the bar, and I ended up sitting next to her. And she and I had, we'd seen each other around, and had a couple like small conversations. But this was like, we were sitting there. So she took the time to ask me because I was upset because I just found out that a very close family member of mine had gotten diabetes, and I remember it was really devastating for me because it's a very young family member and it just really affected me. And I'd been crying about it all day, and I remember I looked like I'd been crying, and Tiffany asked me what was wrong, and I told her, and she said, "Girl, you need to tell them to drink some okra water." She said, "Oh, girl," she said, "I read online that okra water lowers, sugar levels in just when rats with gestational diabetes." And so she was like, and I'm telling you, she said, "Drink that okra water." She said, "That's sugar." And so I told the family member, and they did, and their sugar levels did drop significantly to where they were able to reduce their medications and everything, and they've just been keeping up with it. And I will never forget that. And then, of course, like 9 months later, Girls Trip came up, and it's a wrap. Y'all saw the Oscars, okay? So it's a wrap, But it's just so. I think about that. And I'd seen Tiffany perform so many times, and I always thought she was hilarious. And to take that time out to be kind like that to me, that meant the world, And it was, and she didn't have to do that. Tiffany Haddish. She didn't have to like talk to me, really take that time to give that advice. So that meant a lot to me, and it just showed. No matter how high you climb in this, that's what, keeping that humility, that's what's priceless. So.
That's incredible. It's so cool how like I started comedy in Los Angeles, you started comedy in LA, and I've heard so many people say like starting in LA, it's like the hardest place to start comedy, and like in a way it is, but there's so many opportunities here to like get to have these really incredible experiences and to meet some of like the top level comedians in the game. Like they're all out here, so
they're all out here, and they're all out here working and stuff like that. And and if you're working, you will see them, and then you never know. Just that kind word, what I'm saying, can mean the world to me, or to you or to any of us. Yeah.
So what are some projects that you're working on right now?
Well, right now I have a couple of shows coming up. I have a show called Show Your Shorts that I host monthly at Flappers in Burbank. It's a great show. Basically, we screen like short films, comedies, and dramas, and the audience votes on the favorite. And a lot of filmmakers and actors are there at the show. And I watch the films and I write taglines. I talk about those, and of course I get on stage and I'm hilarious as well, so that's great. So that's worth your money alone. And then so yeah, that's exciting. And then I'm just looking forward to the future. I'm really looking forward to doing more commercials this year, getting on the road, and right now I feel like I'm at a place where my voice is really coming into its own. I feel like I'm at a place in comedy I've never been before, and I'm excited to see what I do with it. So
I just want to say that, like, not only are you a super hilarious comedian, you're like, every time I see you on the comedy scene, you're so loving and so kind, and you keep it so real, and I just know in my heart you're going to make it really big someday. So I wanted to capture this on camera, but what is something that you would want to say to your future self right now when you, like, watch this in 5 years?
Ooh, girl, you taking me to the, valley. What I say to my future self is, you did it. You did it. And you didn't give up, and you're the person that you always were meant to be. And congratulations. So.
I love you so much.
Girl, you gonna be about to cry, but I didn't wear eyeliner. I'm like, ooh.
I'm so grateful to have this show, Small Talk. I just feel like it's more than just this little show that we do at Eric Abenante's apartment. Like it's more than that. It's like we're really capturing all these times together, So we work really hard, and this is gonna be a gift to you for the future that you'll get to have.
Hi, future self.
Hey.
Okay, cause how's the mansion? Okay, how's the range? Okay. Oh, you want to go to Paris for lunch? Girl, let's go to Paris and have some croissants. Okay,
yes,
pull up my private jet. Okay, come on, hello, let's manifest. All right.
No, that really for real.
No. Oh yeah. Oh duh. This is totally gonna happen. Like future self, we're gonna be watching this, and future selves are gonna be watching this, and we're gonna be like sitting in the private jet, drinking champagne.
Yes.
Oh hey boo,
we
winning.
can be on the Oscars, know, introducing the stuff. That's
Girl,
what
oh yes.
Yes.
Future Oscar host. Okay. Come on. All right, Tiffany and Maya out here paving the way. We get ready. Okay. All
That
right.
is so great. But yes, guys, be sure to check out Chelse on her episode, her segment.
Grow up. Yes. Oh. Here we go.
Hey.
You know, we out here using what we got. Okay, 2 for 1. Okay, we smart out here. Okay. All right. Grow up. All right. You
Right.
catch me on I had to take it still.
That's perfect.
Yeah, but you can catch me. Yeah, my segment is every week on Secret Black People Meeting on Channel 310, 310 TV. So check that out. And y'all can see me in these streets doing comedy. Follow me on Instagram as Chelse G Comedy, CHELSEG and comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
this
Lila. This was fun. I'm
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Oh, you fixed the L. Good job.
Yeah, I got an E and I cut it.
Is that what you did?
Mm-hmm.
You can't even tell.